It's lights out and away we go!
For a long time, I think I imagined Formula One in a very specific way. If I was ever going to belong there, it had to be behind the wheel. That was the dream, the speed, the pressure, the feeling of being inside that world. But life didn't really take me there. It gave me a camera instead. And somewhere along the way, I started realizing maybe that was going to be my way in. Formula One has always felt like more than racing for me. Obviously, it's the cars, the speed, the competition. But I think what really pulls me in is everything around. The precision, the atmosphere, the pressure of it all. It feels like a world where everything matters. And somehow, even with all of that chaos, it still looks beautiful. I think that's why it stayed with me for that long. Because when I look at Formula One, I don't just see racing. I see tension. I see emotion. I just see something cinematic about it. And I think, in a weird way, I've always been drawn to that. At first, photography was just something that I liked, something I enjoyed doing. But over time, it became something else. It became a way to express myself, a way to take the things I'm drawn to, movement, atmosphere, feeling, and turn them into something real. And what surprised me the most was editing. For a while, editing felt like the annoying part, the complicated part, the part attached to photography that I just had to deal with. But then that changed. And honestly, now it feels like one of the most important parts, because that's where I get to shape everything. That's when I decide what goes, what stays, and what matters the most. That's when it starts feeling like mine. And I think that was a big realization for me, because now the whole process feels complete. You go out, you shoot, you come back with something, then you actually sit down and figure out what you can actually make with it. And when everything comes together, there's just that feeling that is hard to explain. It's not relief, more like pride, like you made something that actually means something to you. At first, I thought I should upload every week. Just keep going, be consistent, don't stop. And I still think consistency matters. But at some point, I just realized I don't want to rush this anymore. The more I started understanding what I actually want my videos to be like, the less I wanted to force them into a pace that didn't fit. I don't want to make things just to make them. I want them to feel intentional. I want them to feel like they are worth the time. Not perfect, just honest, and made properly. And at the same time, real life started catching up. I have a job. I photographed my first event. I had to go through thousands of pictures and then sit 4 hours to edit hundreds of them. That takes time, a lot of it. And life doesn't really pause because you found something you care about. The engine on my car failed not once, but twice. And I think moments like that make things feel even more real, because it's easy to talk about dreams when life is quiet. It's different when you're tired, when time disappears, when things start breaking, when the normal pressure of life is already there. That's when you start finding out if something is just an idea or whether it means enough to just keep going. And I think that's why this dream feels different to me now. It feels less like fantasy and it feels more like direction, less like some perfect future and more like something I'm slowly choosing. I know I'm not getting into Formula One as a driver. That's just not the road life put me on. But I also don't think that means the dream is gone. I think it just changed shape, and maybe that's what I had to understand. Maybe I was never meant to chase the world from behind the wheel. Maybe I was meant to chase it through a camera. And honestly, that feels more true the more I think about it. Because photography and filmmaking don't feel like hobbies anymore. They feel like the way I want to build something, the way I want to see things, the way I want to express something. And maybe one day, the way I will find my place in a world I've been dreaming for so long. I don't know how long it's going to take. I don't know how many setbacks are still ahead, but I think I finally understand why I'm chasing this. And once you understand that, it's hard to ignore. So maybe I was never meant to get close to Formula One from the cockpit. Maybe I was meant to get there with a camera in my hands. And if that's true, then I guess this is where it really starts.